Team coverage today ahead of that Final Four matchup. This morning we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel's Gonzaga comments that are once again going viral. That's in just a few minutes with Dana Marie McNichol. And she's going to also tell us why everyone's talking about it online this morning. But Crim 2 Sports Director Brenna Greene joining us live in Indy this morning. Brenna, how's it looking? How's it feeling today?
Well, we got some hand warmers today. We got smart about this. We're not screwing around anymore. We are keeping warm out here in Indianapolis. Good morning. This morning, everybody's talking about Mark Few and how he may have gotten snubbed yesterday. He finished runner-up for the Associated Press Coach of the Year award. The award went to Michigan's Juwan Howard instead. Howard's team did overachieve this year as they were ranked 25th in the AP Top 25 coming into the season and ended up getting a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. However, they did lose in the Elite Eight. Howard didn't just win the award either. It was kind of a landslide as he received 35 of the possible 63 votes. Few received 16, and Alabama's Nate Oates and Baylor's Scott Drew received 5 apiece. Understandably, though, giving the award to Juwan Howard caught some people off guard simply because of the historic season Few's having. One person tweeted that it was a good effort by Mark, but he just wasn't undefeated enough. This morning, we are asking you if Coach Few should have won the AP award. You can vote on our Crim 2 Twitter poll. You can also text us our thoughts at 509-448-2000. As of last check, 100% of people say that they think Mark Few should have won that award. So, that's a pretty good percentage right there, I would say. If you've watched any Gonzaga basketball games over the last few years, you have assuredly heard the voice of ESPN Sean Farnham. He's a color commentator for the network and has been assigned to many a Gonzaga game. He is in an interesting position on Saturday for this Final Four matchup. Why? Well, he went to UCLA, and not only that, he played basketball for the Bruins.
You have like your real child, and then you adopt like this really cool child, and you're like, you both are great, and then all of a sudden they're going to fight.
Gonzaga and UCLA will not just fight on Saturday. It's win or go home.
My heart and my love is for the school that I played for 4 years, but the community of Spokane and Gonzaga is the first game I ever called at ESPN was a Zags game, and to call more games I think over the last 11 years of the Gonzaga Bulldog program than any other announcer that covers the sport. There's certainly a part of my heart that goes, you know what, I really want to see this continue.
No matter what, the result of Saturday's matchup means there will be a West Coast team in the national championship game. Farnham says Gonzaga has really held down the West Coast in terms of basketball for the last 20 years, but seeing the Pac-12 join the party this tournament has been thrilling.
Being a national media member, I always am like, dude, look at the West Coast. The West Coast has some really good hoop going on. And this NCAA tournament, because of the Pac-12 and how well they performed, and the fact that UCLA's here, is kind of an announcement to the rest of the nation that, by the way, you can watch good hoops west of the Mississippi.
At the end of the day, Farnham is going with his head over his heart in this matchup.
I said this team was going to go undefeated and win a national championship. I'm not backing down from that now because they're playing UCLA.
Sean Farnham says that if he were UCLA's head coach, Mick Cronin, he would be studying closely the 20 WCC championship game. The St. Mary's Gales slowed Gonzaga down enough in that matchup in order to get a win. Now, if you're Gonzaga, he says, just keep doing you, and it's probably gonna all work out. Sean Farnham picked our team over his alma mater, and now he wants to help give back. Sean partnered up with the Davenport Hotel to raise money this NCAA tournament. If you order the Farnham flatbread at the hotel safari room, 100% of the proceeds will go to fighting cancer for Coaches versus Cancer. The hotel says Sean never misses an opportunity to share his love for their flatbread. I can confirm that on ESPN, online, during games, so it was only fair that he got the spicy shrimp flatbread named after him.
Was I think 11 years ago he had his very first one here in the Safari Room. So he's been a longtime fan of this, and if you've ever followed Sean Farnham on ESPN covering Gonzaga basketball, he never misses a moment of promoting his love for this flatbread. So
According to Sean, the flatbread is selling 3 times more than any other flatbread on the Davenport's menu right now. That is just outstanding, Spokane. Kudos to you. You can only watch Gonzaga's matchup against UCLA right here on Creme 2 on Saturday. That game tips at 5:35 p.m. Sorry, Eastern Time, Pacific Time. Doing some conversions in my head here. Mark and I will be live starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. from Indianapolis, and we'll be providing you full coverage of this game. Reporting in Indy, I'm Brenna Greene, Creme 2 Sports.
And Brenna, I got to imagine it was even tougher to make that conversion, thinking about that flatbread too. Have you had a chance to try it yourself?
You know, I haven't, which is kind of crazy because, boy, I've probably heard that flatbread shouted out 100 times over the years. But, you know, you go down there, you look at the menu, some other things stand out. You just haven't done it yet. But I know I've talked to one of my friends, and they said that before the Final Four game, they are going to go down there and specifically order that flatbread in honor of Sean Farnham and, you know, just to, like, pregame the game a little bit.
Well, Brenna, we appreciate all of your coverage in Indianapolis. We'll make a couple calls, make sure there's one waiting for you here in Spokane once you get back home.